Welcome to In a Flash cooking class. Today we're going to mix up a big batch of Holly Jolly Puff pancakes. Are you ready to go?
I am ready.
All right, you got your mixing bowl, you got your whisk. That means you're going to do the work. Are you cool with that?
Yes.
All right, first of all, I'm going to give you a half a cup of flour. If you would go on and I'll let you put that in there just to start it off. Perfect. I'll get that out of your way. So, to that half a cup of flour, I'm going to add some other ingredients. Now, this is a gingerbread pancake because we're talking about holidays, and I love gingerbread. So we're going to make these into gingerbread pancakes. You got to have certain spices for gingerbread. One of the things you have to have is allspice. So we're going to put about a teaspoon of allspice in there. Will you start mixing that around? Then the most important part, ginger. We're going to put some powdered ground ginger in there, and that's about a tablespoon. And then we've got some cloves, and the cloves are going to go in next. That's about a teaspoon of cloves. Now, why is it important? Why am I giving you all of that to mix in with that flour, Claire? Do you know?
Well, I think because it needs to be spread out equally before the wet ingredients are in.
Absolutely. Because you know what happens when the wet ingredients get in? It forms into a nice blob, and then you might have a big blob of cinnamon or a big blob of ginger, and that would not taste too good when you have it baked.
No.
So that's perfect. Keep incorporating that, and then I want to show you this cool thing. I want you to stop.
Okay.
You got to do this. Do you have any idea what this little cool thing is?
No.
It is a nutmeg, and this is a special little nutmeg grater. All you do is just grate down, and I want you to grate some fresh nutmeg, and it tastes so much better than the powder. And isn't that a cool little apparatus? Just back and forth. Oh, don't be afraid of it. You can do it a little harder than that. There you go. You got to get a little rhythm going with that. That's good. That's good. Take a smell of it. See how good it smells.
Oh,
Isn't that fresh?
So good.
All right, so we got some nutmeg freshly grated. All right, keep mixing, please, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm going to now add a half cup of milk. It can be any kind of milk you want. Whole milk, 1%, 2%, fat-free, soy milk, whatever you like, that's what you need to put in there. Okay, mix around. Make sure you get all the dry ingredients mixed in with the wet. Doesn't look like any way that could be a pancake, does it?
It doesn't.
Okay, 2 eggs are coming in next. Make sure that you beat all the yolks and the whites. That's right. Don't be afraid of it. Just mix it around. Get to the bottom of the bowl and stir it around. I'll tell you a trick about mixing with a whisk. If you go in a figure 8, it mixes through everything. Do you see how it works?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cool? Okay, now, this also is very important. This is molasses. And molasses is truly what gives the gingerbread flavor its very deep, kind of sweet, almost spicy taste. So we're going to put that molasses in there next, very sticky, just like honey. So we've got molasses. And last but not least, we're going to put a little bit of vanilla in there, because you got to bake something. Vanilla always gives it a good flavor, and boy, does it make it smell good too.
Yeah.
All right, let me take a look at it. Let me mix it around and see what it feels like. Feels pretty loose, pretty wet, and it does not really look like this would at all be a pancake. And it's kind of a funky color, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's what gingerbread looks like. Let's see what it smells like. Smell that molasses in there. Isn't that awesome? Okay, I'm going to move this right over here to you.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you this ladle. I'll get this out of your way. And I want you to fill each of these dishes just about halfway full. Will you do that, please?
Yes, I will.
And actually, I'll tell you, we're going to just a little bit cheat because this really makes 4, but I'm just going to have you fill up 2 of them so we can see what they look like. That is so pretty. A little bit more. One more scoop. Because what you're not going to believe and what our viewers are not going to believe is what this looks like now compared to what it looks like after it's baked for 20 minutes. I mean, do you have any idea what these are going to do? They are going to puff up above and beyond the side of these pans. Not spill over, but puff up because of the eggs and the heat of the oven, because we put them in a 425-degree oven. That looks awesome. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to put this in the oven. Will you open that oven bag? Yes, the other one. The other one. Thank you, sweetie. That's the one that's ready to go. All right, into the oven. These go for 20 minutes. Thank you. Now, I think we should take a look and see what these puff pancakes look like that have been in here. And if they're ready, there we look. Okay, Claire, are you ready to dish up that delicious homemade applesauce onto our puff pancakes? Take a look at how they changed.
I know.
From liquid to puffy to now they flattened out as that hot air escape, which leaves a perfect spot to put the applesauce. Why don't you put a big spoonful of applesauce on each of those? And then, of course, if they're not perfect as they are, I think you should put a little tiny bit of powdered sugar on the top. What do you think?
Definitely.
I'm going to pour up, this cocoa looks delicious, Claire, and smells so good. Those chocolate chips make the creamiest, smoothest hot cocoa. That looks beautiful. I'm going to tell you what, I wouldn't just want this for a breakfast. I'd eat this any time of the day. I've got a surprise for you, too. I want to tell you about something I did. I took regular canned whipped cream, and I put it out in little circles,
that is so
froze
cute.
it, and then I put some candy on top. I happen to love M&M's, so I'm going to put a little M&M on top of my, oops, well, you know what? It turned over. I think we should use 2. That's mine. I get 2. Do you want M&M's or peppermint?
I'll have M&M's.
All right. You know what? Not to be unfair, I'm going to give you 2 too, because we love hot chocolate. There's 1 for you.
Thank you.
1 for me. Have a happy holiday season. Cheers.